the #1 way to grow your business is what? Public speaking. Now, before you get all whacked out and nervous about that, I can see in this big audience that there's not one person in here who needs a major overhaul. None of you is a total wreck job. In fact, I believe in the power of tweaks, micro actions, teeny moves you can make that will give you a huge return and a huge impact. So we have to think small. I might be the only person you know who tells you to think small, right? About your speaking. It's okay. I think a speech or a talk starts with your visual rhythm. And here it is, you're looking at it. We can't do much about the stage, can we? When we go to speak someplace, we never know what the venue is going to be like. But we can control this. Now, how would I be if I stood behind one of those death by podium, death by lectern boxes and spoke? And how would I be if I stood like the standing target with my toes shriveled up behind it and my knees knocking? Would I have any impact for you today? No, we have to take into account as much as we can give, we are obligated to give. And that means all of us. I think that sometimes speakers, especially new ones and nervous ones, come up on the stage and we stand in a little 2-foot square speaker box. This is the speaker box. I'm the speaker and you're not. This thing breeds nervousness. I don't know what happens, but you stand in the speaker box, you get nervous. I think it has something to do with when you're in the 7th grade, there's the clique of kids out there, and you're not in it. And so you just feel out of place. We're out of place. We're standing up here all alone. But watch what happens if I take a couple of steps out of my speaker box. I'm just one of you sharing what I know. It's you and me. Now we're in this together. And you have already seen that you get cake pops if you participate. So get yourself out of the speaker box, first of all. The second thing is your posture. Now, let me have you stand up. Stand up for me here. Will you stand up? Great. Now, I said the posture word, so what did you do? You stood up so straight, but you can't fool me. That's not what happens all the time. So here's my at-rest posture. It ain't pretty, is it? Give me your at-rest posture. Now look at each other. Do you look very powerful? No, you don't look too powerful, right? Watch what happens if I just tweak something. I'm not going to say stick your shoulders out because then your head hangs over. Hold this out, then other things stick out. I'm not going to say find that string and get it to go from here to the floor. I'm just going to say lift. Lift a half an inch or so. And all of a sudden, look, you move from this to this. And there's a bonus prize. You stand up straight, you lose 5 pounds. I love it. Now, this is all it is. So let's try it. Give me your at-rest posture. Good, I see you. You look like I do sometimes. Now, half an inch up, just lift. A couple of inches lift. I know that right at that moment when you lifted, besides looking better and besides looking a lot skinnier, you felt something inside your body. What did you feel when you lifted? What's the word that describes it? Powerful. Who said powerful? Get the dude a cake pop. Powerful. Do it one more time. We're here, and we're powerful. And here's a little secret. What you give your audience, they give you back. If you give them power, they give you power, and you can ride that energy. You may be seated. Give yourselves a big hand. Yay!
Jane Fox blew it out of the park.
I thought she was warm and personable, and in 20 minutes gave a lot of value to our group about how to be a better presenter.
So my job is to get you to really love presenting at your fullest potential. But what are you doing right now? What have you been doing since I've been standing up here? Shout it out. This is the way this works. I ask the question, you answer. Who said listening? What about anybody else? What else are you? Yes. Watching. You're getting closer. I think that you all are playing Judge Judy. You are. Don't lie. I sit in an audience and watch the speaker, and I've made up my mind in 10 seconds, haven't you? So can I really listen to that voice for 2 hours? Do I sound like some of your wives? Don't answer. Okay. What about this pace? She's going so fast. What about her posture? She's not even standing up straight yet. And does she have any presence? And most importantly, can I really learn anything from somebody with hair that color? Your clients, when you walk in, are doing that to you from the get-go. They're asking these same questions. That's why most people, when they are preparing for a presentation, especially to a large crowd, want to pull their hair out. Can anybody identify with that?
I learned how to be more confident, how to use my voice and my hands and my body language to close the sale.
Researchers say that if you your way through a speech, they think you have not prepared for them. What kind of personal affront would that be to an audience? They also say that audiences sometimes think you're not as intelligent as you are. And I don't know about you, but with hair this color, I have to work for every ounce of intelligence I have in there. And so I want to make sure my audience knows it. And they also say that you can't find your place. You don't know where you are. That just makes you look like an airhead. We can't afford that. So here's what I have to say about umming. If you know you're a number, do not raise your hand. If you know you're a number, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. And, you can't come out. It's my mouth is closed. So I'm working with a CEO. His wife was the one who made the call. My husband needs you. Does your husband know he needs me? Oh, honey, he will. He ums. So he comes to me, and sure enough, he ums and ums and ums and can't say 2 sentences without the um. I say, here's what I want you to do. We can fix this. You can be cured in 2 days if you do exactly what I say. So Arnold Palmer says you hold a golf club so it's like a bird, it can't get out, but you're not killing it. All right, so the big ball goes under, the little ball goes out. The big ball, oh, he's going to be good. The big ball goes under, the little ball goes out. Holy moly, I've never had this happen. Okay, now, keep going. Wait, keep going. You're not finished yet. Your face hasn't turned red yet. Pick up that leg and stick the little ball under it. Little ball under it. Now grab it on this side. Now scoot it back here. Now do it again. No, don't, big ball under. See, he can't do anything with his left hand. Okay. Well, never mind. Why did I make these 2 poor souls do this ridiculous thing? Tell me why. They are way out of their comfort zones. I did this because if you get invited to make a presentation or to speak to a group, they're asking you for what you know. They're asking you to bring who you are. They're not asking you to stand up and do something ridiculous. They're asking you because they want to hear what you have to say. So he's coaching a CEO. He is a CEO of the largest company of its kind in the lower 48, very prestigious in his industry. In fact, he's the 4th most influential man, according to a magazine in his industry. So he wanted to tell stories at his big annual conference. We worked very hard on it, and he was phenomenal. So I say to him at the end, hey, how'd you do? How do you think you did? I did pretty well because all these people got in line and told me I did great. But how do you think you did with the audience? Did you feel their energy? Were they with you? Could you ride the wave of that energy? I guess I didn't pay too much attention to the audience, which is now why are we doing this? So I want you to pay very close attention. I want you to be exhilarated by what happens when you're up here. from just standing here to, I love this audience. They want me here. I want to be here. Embrace your audience. You can't sell if you can't speak. Bottom line. You cannot persuade if you can't present. And you, for darn sure, cannot motivate if you can't communicate. Everybody walks out a better speaker, guaranteed, or your money back. I also guarantee they won't be bored. And what is the first question everybody on the bus is going to ask Dolly Parton? Are they real? She said it. The nice lady on the front row said it. She said it first. Are they real? So I think Janet Ray Fox, on the corner of Montgomery and Locust Streets, I'm going to be the one to ask the question that gets the scoop, that gets on the front page of the magazines. My turn. Dolly, is there ever a time you want to flip those fingernails off, take the wigs off, let the air out of those things if you can, and just be Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean? Did you see how I slipped it in there? I slipped it right in there. Honey, I always am Dolly Parton Rebecca, however that goes. I just like painting and powder. This is a good barn, but if I paint it up so it looks real pretty, it's a dang good barn. I have no idea if they're real, but I got the soundbite of the day that people talked about for years. And here's her next statement. I figured as little old Dolly Parton, I couldn't send any money back to my family and my friends and my community. But if I made up this character and I sang some funny songs and made people laugh, you better believe I'm sending a whopping load of money back to my neighborhood and my community. She knows who she is. She knows exactly who she is. She knows her story, and she knows what she's doing. And I believe you come that way too, so I don't have to give you those words to say. Today I'm just going to polish the words.
Hearing Jen Fox speak today was an honor because she's certainly a legacy in the industry.
Find out why I pull a live lobster out of a box, listening to the audience squeal. As they say on TV, the number's on your screen.